Hey everybody, welcome back to After Credit Movie Chats. My name is Dean Thomas. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little off. I'm fighting a little bit of a cold right now, but nonetheless, thought I would get this review up for you guys. Just saw The Finest Hours, and for those of you who don't know, the basic plot of the movie is uh, in the 1950s, a big storm hit the Massachusetts area, and actually the storm was so bad that two oil tankers out at sea split in half. And The Finest Hours documents the true story of a four-man team of Coast Guard people that went out to rescue the survivors of one of those oil tankers that were split in half and fighting for survival before the ship sank. The second half of the ship sank, actually. The movie stars Chris Pine as the Coast Guard guy, and Casey Affleck is the main guy that takes over command on the oil tanker that is split in half. Now, going into this movie, I was a little worried that because it was a Disney movie, it would be maybe a little Disneyified, as they say, or sugar-coated, or the story wouldn't necessarily be true. And because I don't know the actual story itself all that well, I can't say how accurate it truly is, but it didn't feel like it was ever over the top or like they were really sugar-coating things. It felt like this was the story that happened. I could be wrong about that, but I think the job of the movie is to make you believe these things, to make you feel like this happened, and in my opinion, the movie was able to do that. Got to give a lot of credit to Chris Pine and Casey Affleck both, because they both were fantastic, and they made you care about their characters. Chris Pine's character is kind of this quiet, subdued guy who just follows the rules, and he's just going to do his job because it's his job. And Casey Affleck kind of plays the guy that questions himself for a little while, kind of shelters himself off, but steps up to take leadership of the ship because he knows the ship best. And I think that's one of the big reasons this movie works, is because you actually care about these characters. The opening few scenes of the movie really establishes the relationship between Chris Pine's character and his what becomes his fiance. And I think that part really worked well for me because it made you once again care about these characters, care about their relationship. To me, the problem was that as the movie went along, and you go out to sea with these characters as you're cutting to the guys on the ship and then to the Coast Guard guys on their boat going out to rescue him, they would cut back to his fiancée in land, who was played by Holliday Grainger. And although she played her role very, very well, it just kind of seemed like her role didn't need to be as big as it was. When they flashed back to her on land, it didn't feel like it didn't move the story forward. It just seemed like they were trying to push you to care about these characters, care about this relationship. And I think the opening few scenes of the movie did that enough. I didn't think we needed to keep cutting back to her because it didn't really move anything forward. But they didn't do that a ridiculous amount, so it never really distracted or hurt the movie that much, in my opinion. Because when you're out at sea, the things get intense. It is incredibly well directed, well acted, well done. I mean, your heart's racing, the way the music plays, the way this is shot. I mean, the way the ocean was built with the special effects really gives you this dangerous feel. And when you're out on the ship with these guys and you're out on the boat with the Coast Guard, I mean, you feel the tension, you feel the fear with these guys, and the heroics that goes along with it. And I think that's one of the big things of this movie is I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, because at first I thought the special effects looked a little weak. I mean, is this movie really going to be anything special? And once you get into the movie, I mean, the way when you're out at sea with these guys, it's intense and it's something really fun to watch. And I have to give a lot of credit to the director because the way it was shot and the way he built a lot of these sets and the tension was the way he shot a lot of the sets and the way he built all this tension and used the characters at certain times really, really worked for me. And I ended up enjoying The Finest Hours a lot more than I even expected to, and I was very glad I went out and saw it. And I think a lot more people should go out and see it as well too. So when it comes down to score it, I'm always very specific with my numbers. I've been told that a couple of times. I just kind of go with what my gut tells me, and then my mind kind of produces a random number. And for The Finest Hours, I'm sitting at a 78%. I really like this movie. I mean, when you're out to sea with these guys, things are really, really good, really intense. It's just there was a couple times when we would cut back down land with Chris Pine's character fiance. Didn't think we needed it. Couple times you felt the Disney on it. I mean, a little over the top. But like I said, it never felt too heavy on that side, so I really enjoyed this movie, this story. I enjoyed learning a lot more about it because it really is a very cool and good story. So there you guys have it. That's my review of The Finest Hours. Enjoyed this movie a lot more than I expected to. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts if you're going to see it. Have you seen it? What did you think? Always loving to get into conversation with you guys, either in the comments below or on Twitter, which you can follow me at AC Movie Chats for all the latest movie news, my other reviews that are going up, and all the links to my website, aftercreditmoviechats.wordpress.com, which is also the latest movie news and all that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you back here next time.